Eastern time doing live free picks for you here on the show. Before we get started, just want to cover a couple of things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description, then clicking the All Cappers tab, and then getting signed. Also, I'd like to remind you guys of our we'd love to hear comments, by the way. Post your picks in the comments section below. Now we can get back to our site, Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, we've made some updates to our site. Just want to make note of that, guys. If you're looking for our best bets, just click the best bet tab. You'll see the best bets from all our cappers here on the page. Of course, I have a best bet up there right now, so you can check that out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also, I have a $15 premium pick, a promotional pick. When you click this little tab here, you'll be able to get the $15 promotional pick. I have one there as well. I made my best bet, my $15 premium pick. We do that at a time. I've been red hot on this. I haven't lost one since we turned this feature on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 straight $15 premium and best bets I've hit in a row. So check that out over at Tony'sPicks.com. And of course, we're going to. You can see our pick ticker on the right side. Now I want to make note of the pick ticker. You see upcoming games. This shows the next game up. So this is time sorted. So for instance, we got a game starting here in a few minutes between the Cardinals and Rockies. Mindy has it for sale. So does Nick. So does we got some more plays up there from some of the cappers on that game. So you can check that out there. Also, we got a game here coming up top of the hour with the a little later, about an hour from now, with the about half an hour from now, Pirates and D-backs. Tiffany has that on for sale. Mindy has it. We have some tennis action from Dylan, so you guys can check the pick ticker here on the right side, sorted by time for the next picks coming up, the latest picks, so you can buy those right there on the side as well. So just want to show that to you guys, adding some more features on the site. So let's go ahead and let's get the show underway. It's going to be Ramon, Scott, and I. Let's bring in Ramon. Ramon, how's it going?
Great, Tony. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good. Excited about some NFL tonight, so I thought that's what I'd cover with you. I mean, we can talk baseball forever, you and I probably, but
yeah, we can. It's a light schedule from baseball. I know we're going to have football here on the site on today. I might talk a little baseball here on the closing segment, but anyway, we're going to go here on this one here. NFL Network opening preseason game for both teams. Have the Giants here on the road facing the Patriots. The Giants are favored 2.5, total 34.5.
Yeah, I thought about that actually, Tony. We don't have a big production meeting. We just send in the pick, and I figured one of us would do one. I figured you'd go baseball, so I'd do football, because we shouldn't just load up on baseball because it's regular season. I'm going to talk about the game between the Patriots and the Giants. I think the Baltimore game kind of been beaten down by everybody because all the trends in that game are talking about Harbaugh and everything. But before Jim Harbaugh, Tony, you might remember a guy named Bill Belichick. He was Mr. Preseason for years back in the day. He still kind of is. 15-7 straight up in week 1, 13-6 straight up of late. So for the Patriots, it's all about organization, right? And when I look at the Giants, and they got a new program coming in with Daboll, the former Patriots guy, right? 11 years with the Patriots, and now think about Joe Judge of the Giants. Well, he's back with the Patriots, along with offensive coordinator Matt Patricia. This is a lot of familiarity with these teams, Tony. That's what you get kind of in preseason anyway, but that just leads to, look, we know the preseason is, it is what it is, so there'll always be the arguments about, do we bet it at all? Do we want to bet it? Is it worth a bet? It's not worth, big regular season unit bets. It's about enjoying the game, maybe picking an angle. If you feel strong, you can double up on a small unit play or something like that. Enjoy the games and things like that. We're not looking to, build our bankroll necessarily for the regular season, but I think we can see edges here, and I think that's what you get with the Giants and the Patriots in this situation. For the Patriots, their starters, well, they saw 2 series last year. So we'll see if that's the case again this year. We'll get Brian Hoyer as quarterback for the first maybe quarter and a half. Maybe he'll go the first half, but maybe Zapp of Western Kentucky comes in late in the second half if they want to try him out in the 2-minute drill. We know what he did. Western Kentucky was a machine, right? So the Patriots also want to see their number 1 pick, Cole Strange. He's actually, entrenched, I think, as a starter now. So I think if he just goes 2 series, that'll be fine. Patriots in their running game, I think, will be the story heading into tonight because of the breaking news, Tony, within the last couple of hours that James White is retired, and what a career White had. Wow, you talk about a winner, right? That's what you get with the Patriot program. Players like James White who come in and do an incredible job for many, many years, and that's what you have through the Patriots. This is an organization ready to do their thing in the preseason. Tony, who will take up the slack for James White? Well, it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson probably, and we'll see him, but he looks great as the starter. So Pierre Strong gets a lot of carries tonight for the Patriots. And when Zapp gets in there, Tyquan Thornton, we might see him a little earlier. He looks like he's going to be one of the top guys for the Patriots this year, but Zapp will be throwing to guys like Christian Wilkerson and little Jordan Humphrey. You know, Patriots won the game last year, Tony, 22-20. They led 19-7. You would think this is the way the game's going to go like tonight. 19-7, kind of into the fourth quarter. Patriots got it under control. Well, what happened last year? Cam Newton came in, gave up 2 for 10 passing. He was out of there. The Giants came back and actually got the number and made it a close game in and over. But I'm going to look to go under in this game. The Giants are going to not necessarily play Brian Jones more than a quarter. You know, I didn't even talk about the Patriots and their quarterback, Mac Jones. I mean, he's not playing, but Daniel Jones will be in there certainly. And he went 17 for 22 last year for 135 yards in the game, but probably just play one quarter, followed by Ty God will come in the second quarter. Taylor will be in there and get his work as well, but mostly Davis Webb in the third quarter. The Giants in last year's game, Tony, were just 2 for 9 on third down, and that first half last year was a very low scoring game. 29 points were scored in the second half of that 22-20 Patriots win. If you want to shorten my play down, I'm going under in the full game here, but maybe you want to shorten it down to the first half. The familiarity of these two teams is going to be kind of like a walkthrough, I would think, in that first half, Tony. Listen to some of the scores over the last 10 years. These teams meet in the preseason every year. Not going to give the years out, but 6-3, 17-9, 12-9, 17-12 in 2018. So that's what the Giants-Patriots preseason series is all about. Like I said, Dable, 2 stints with the Patriots, Tony, 11. These guys know each other like the back of their hands, in my opinion. So one guy also, though, Tony, got to put up for the defense a little bit, but one guy who's going to see action possibly maybe well into the second half that you might not think would be out there is Malcolm Butler. He's back with the Patriots, and he's down on the depth chart actually right now, and he's had some struggles early on in the preseason, so Malcolm Butler could be in there in some key moments. I don't think it's much ado about anything with the talking about the Patriots' struggles. The line move here, it certainly is bizarre. Now, I'm going under 34.5, but Tony, the Giants are getting all the action. They're a favorite now. I really don't see it. I mean, when I think of preseason programs in place, the Patriots, right? The Giants, they're starting a little bit from scratch. They've had their bumps in the road, too, from the media reports, especially on offense. Daniel Jones may actually want him out there more than what they need, but you got to keep your best quarterback rested and healthy and not play him too long, especially in a 3-week preseason. Also, we talk about the less importance in preseason games, which number of the 1, 2, 3, without 4 games this year. Maybe all 3 games rise up a little bit in importance, especially weeks 1 and 2. Everybody agrees week 2 will be the most important week of the preseason, but I think it puts more emphasis also on week 1. And everybody wants to poo-poo. That's a crummy word, Tony, but good thing we're just YouTubing. But the preseason, the careers of these kids, so many kids, a couple hundred kids throughout this league for sure. Their hopes and dreams are going to be on the line for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that's significant enough to me, especially someone who watches football all the way from the bottom level, high school ball on up. I know and understand what the entire situation means. That's why some of these games are what they are. and end up being as ugly as they are. So usually the magic number is 37 in the preseason if you want an automatic play, but just because of the familiarity of these teams, I don't think it gets away from them tonight. Patriots keep the ball control under control with Zappe and goes under 34.5. A lot of talk for a preseason game, Tony. Rambling a little bit.
Yeah, under 34.5 here, Giants and the Patriots. Of course, a little sharp. Of course, the favorite here is the Giants here on the road. I think some of the people looking into these media reports from these camp regulars saying, oh, been a lot of mistakes, confusion, some misorganization during the Patriots training camp with all these changes. I think some people see these headlines and get a little carried away with it. Of course,
good luck with that, right?
Yeah, of course, you look at the angle here. People love it. Oh, the first-year coach, they want to win. Okay, there's a lot of these angles playing into it that plays into these preseason numbers. Also, a media report that came out late last night. I was up in the wee hours of the morning looking at this game, and it looks like Zapp will be getting the majority of the snaps. They already know what they got from Brian Hoyer, so Zapp will be getting the majority of the snaps here. This report was at like 5 in the morning, 2 a.m. my time. So somebody was I like the Patriots beat writer because that dude is on it. You know, he's on it. And there's some that suck. I hate to tell you, there are some that suck when you're going through some of these games, and you look at these media guys that cover these teams. They hardly put anything on the tweets. They put in their report 2 days ago. They shut down. But this Patriot guy is on it. You know, so I want to give him props. You got to look at some of these reporters who do their job with diligence out there. And he was up there, got the information, put it out there on the Twitter. So again, it looks like Zapp will be getting the majority of the snaps here. And of course, again, against those third and fourth stringers, we'll see what Zapp can do under quarterback, especially late in this game. Patriots have covered, by the way, 8 of their past 11 preseason games, winning 9 of those games. As you said, Belichick likes to win these games. And again, he takes these games seriously. I mean, that's just the way he's built.
Yeah, and if I could mention, Tony, Brian Hoyer, he's not your downfield guy. He played, of course, in this game last year, and I do expect him for a little bit more than a quarter, but done a lot of Zapp for sure. But Hoyer in the game last year, 9 for 10. Great numbers. He went 9 for 10, 73 yards. So you see what the Patriots are going to do on offense. Just own that ball, run that clock. You're looking to run clock in the preseason, especially if you're Bill Belichick and Brian DeBoll, who is a New England Patriot, basically. So that's the way the Patriots have done it. I kid you about Harbaugh, right? I mean, you would think that he would, a typical spin would be, well, we just go out there and that's what happens. He said, you know what? We're getting kind of prideful about what we do in the preseason. It's something these guys can hang their hat on a little bit when they go to retire, say we won all the preseason games. And what it shows when you win, when you do well in the preseason, especially these coaches that have been around these teams for a long time. Nobody, guys like Belichick, Harbaugh, even you look back, yes, of course, maybe, we're slipping up with some of the coaches, a lot of turnover in the league, but Pete Carroll also gets it done for the most part in the preseason, and it's because of organization. Right. I hear what you're saying, Tony. What there's all those media reports. You're going to tell me that the Patriots organization is bumbled up heading into week 1 of the preseason, and they're not the Patriots. Blah blah. No. They'll. They might lose this game. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, no team cleans up their mistakes better than the Patriots under Belichick. Right. There's going to be some drop balls. There's going to be some confusion. It's again a new offensive coordinator. Mike Patricia. I guess Patricia is going to be calling the plays, but they clean them up. They don't make the same mistake twice. And also, when it comes to preseason, it's all about setting the tone as a head coach. Setting that serious tone. This is not a joke, not kids. I've been to plenty of training camps. I've seen some really good ones. I was at the Cowboy camp in Prescott's first year. I saw him. I had a horrible one, the Rams under Jeff Fisher's last year. That was just a total joke. I mean, I couldn't believe how the players relaxed. Guys were on the bike just talking to each other, not even working out. The players were kind of just going through the motions, dropping balls. I mean, you can really see the tone in training camp. That's really where you can to manage to see how well the coaches are coaching. Is when you see the tone set. It's a serious tone. It's about execution. It's about playing your best and catching the ball, not joking around and taking it as a big joke. I've seen them before, and of course that's the Patriots for you. Giants Patriots under 34.5. This one will have the start time here at 7 Eastern time. Ramon, this is on NFL Network. network, by the way. Let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com here, showing good profit the last 30 days. 3,242 units of profit. Looks like we've got that crazy guy in our chat room. We got to clean that up here, guys. Sorry about that. I got carried away with everything. But anyway,
right here.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah. Don't click any of those links in there. I'm gonna get him out of here in a second. But anyway, Ramon, what do you have going on over the site?
Me crazy, which I am. Yeah, we'll go ahead and work on that, Tony. I'll cover this a little bit as we tell you what's going on tonight on Tony's Picks. Over on the site, I got nothing loaded. Well, I do have one tennis match coming up. I got nothing loaded yet, but I will have some plays coming up right after I get done with Tony. Light card. I only have one game, in Major League Baseball so far out of, 5 that have gone off, which is kind of light for me. But a little bit of, not a tailspin because I had that big day, but we're just treading water. You see the numbers gone down a little bit over the last 30 days, but still crushing it long term with you, Tony. I've been on top of the 30-day leaderboard for almost 2 months right now. The number's been up there and I've taken over that top spot, but you know what I mean. Really doing well, and we got WNBA tonight, 2 games, Tony. I think I'm going to have 1 premium, maybe 2. It's really getting tight in the WNBA as we get down to the end of the regular season. We have the big game tonight, Tony. Chicago and Las Vegas, top 2 teams in the WNBA. That's the featured game that goes off. Both games are late in the WNBA tonight on the East Coast, 10 Eastern, 10:30. For the 2 matchup, but Chicago and Las Vegas are number 1 and number 2 in the standings. You might remember the Commissioner's Cup game, Tony, where they played for all that money. Las Vegas went in and got the win at Chicago. So can they return the favor tonight? Maybe. The road teams won all 3 games so far this season in the Chicago-Las Vegas series, and they're playing for the top spot right now that's held a 1-game lead currently, so coming down to the wire there. In the CFL tonight, going to have a premium there. I do believe we have videos on both the WNBA games and the CFL on Tony's Picks. I covered the game tonight between Montreal and undefeated Winnipeg. Tony, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are now 9-0 this season. They're trying to go 10-0 for the first time since 1960. So I wasn't around then, but you can only imagine how good this team is right now. Winnipeg, they just do not lose. They're a double-digit favorite against the Montreal Alouettes. And in the 2 games in the major leagues tonight, I do expect 1 premium out of those 2 games. And how can we not mention, Tony, tonight, the Field of Dreams game? I don't think it's too it's underhyped, and not a lot of people know that game was coming up so fast tonight. But
I didn't know because I thought it was a Reds home game in my video. I didn't, so I got called. It's okay. It's a gimmick. I got called the gimmick game. But go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to cut you some slack on that because you do those picks but I agree, if you don't know or didn't trigger it in your head, I think that is. I don't think Major League Baseball did an appropriate job of publicizing it. Maybe they wanted to bury the fact that they have, 2 mediocre teams out there, but these are legendary franchises, the Reds and the Cubs. They deserve it just as much as anybody. In fact, if you want to put a game, the gimmick game together, put 2 teams that do not get a lot of attention so they can get some attention this year. We all agree, even though these teams are having subpar seasons, the Reds have kind of made – Cubs have actually done a nice job here over the last couple of weeks, but I think we all can agree they have some young talent that are definitely worthy of seeing that. And I think every major leaguer wants to try to get a chance to play in that game, especially if it continues to be a tradition out there, going out to Iowa and playing in those games. And it's an interesting story. I mean, of course, everyone's seen Field of Dreams, and whether you think it was a corny movie or a good movie, it's a baseball movie, so that's why I liked it. But the story behind the actual location of Field of Dreams and the competing gift shops was actually kind of bizarre and almost sad how it became commercial in a way. But baseball's done a nice job with that game and that stadium. So that's something to look forward to tonight. The baseball card ends early, so we can focus a little bit. The football's early too. So I don't know, maybe in the WNBA, maybe I'll get a little more sales tonight in the WNBA because those games are going to stand out late. So yeah, real light card, Tony, but everyone's going to be hopefully watching some preseason football. It's so localized, but like I said, NFL changed their package this year. So if you really want to watch NFL streams from out just go to NFL.com, and you're going to be really surprised with I know you have to pay money, but this used to be a $99 preseason package. You could watch every game, and they've lowered it to $10. And obviously, even I'm gonna get to spend $10 on that, so I don't have to, use all those funky streams that I'm so good at.
That's right, guys. Like I'm here with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. 3,214 units of profit last 30 days, all documented. Of course, keep an eye on the site for individual plays from Ramon. His action is already off, but of course, the long-term passes, he does. Ramon is in action here with long-term. You can get his seasonal pass here from the CFL and Wnba still up there on the site, as well as the long-term passes. That 1 month all sports pass will get you all of Ramon's plays here for 1 month. Includes all his baseball, preseason football, as well as, of course, college football. We got that in play for the first 2 weeks here with that 1 month all sports pass. All the peripheral action as well for Ramon. He's in action here in tennis. And of course, you keep an eye on any of his soccer plays. We've got the Big Five in action this weekend. Also looks at some North American plays as well with MLS, Liga MX. He's on a border city out there near San Diego, so he keeps an eye on those Mexican League Baseball can also be part of it. No, not forcing any action here, but you may see some action here from Ramon, like on a slow late night like tonight. If there's some Western teams in action, like if Tijuana is hosting a home game, he might be in action in that one. So keep an eye on Ramon Scott there with his Liga MX.
They're having a great season.
Yeah, they are. The Zolos are having a great season.
Oh, I thought, yeah. Yeah, right. I thought, the Xolos have pulled off, it's early in the season. I thought you were talking the Tijuana Toros. Sorry about that, Tony.
Toros, Zolos. Yes, right. Both teams are Tijuana. Yeah, Toros are rocking, so get on board there with Ramon Scott with the long-term pass. That 1 month horse pass, we talked about the peripheral sports he's in action with. Don't forget the UFC card that comes up this weekend as well. He may be in action there. So that 1 month pass is all sports. Every premium play that he puts in there is yours. So get on board with that. When you get that 1 month all sports pass, we can take 20% off right now when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, then clicking the all cappers tab and getting signed up. That promo code will be used on many of the passes on all packages up there. If you just want to buy the individual picks, if you go to the pick ticker and buy Ramon's individual plays, you can use that promo code on all passes there. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. We'll talk with you again tomorrow, but I know we put together a Twitter account for you, and occasionally we see some of those peripheral sports on the Twitter.
Yeah, mostly always right now. That's where I like to, kind of give people a sample for what I stand for here with you. I mean, you brought me on. I'm the volume guy. I try to cover some of these sports. I'm in action in some, let's just say exciting tennis right now. It looks like I've got, I'm trying to turn it around a little bit in my tennis. I'm going to blame my tennis for kind of taking my number down a little bit. I had such a great clay court and grass season, and now they've come back over the U.S., and I've kind of thrown in a couple losses on the hard courts, but that's okay. I mean, I definitely need to keep work on it so that I could crush it once we get to New York. It's definitely the bigger, these tournaments are drawing bigger names already. Everybody talk about Serena Williams already. She's a big underdog. Tony, I just want to mention her before I send it back to you, but get my play tonight on Tony's Picks Ramon right there on Twitter. I have one play tonight in the ATP event, which some big names still there, but no bigger name right now playing on the docket tonight. Maybe you could check this match out. Serena Williams, I mean, she's a big underdog tonight, Tony, and the news broke, obviously, 2 days ago with her story. If you have time to read that story in the Vogue magazine, I did, because I like Serena very much, and a well thought out story, a little bit corny, really, the way she described, but not her feelings, certainly, about where she stands in her life and her tennis. And boy, I'd really love to see her pull off an upset tonight. But again, for Serena, she looks like she'll be retiring. You know what? She lost last night. That's what it was. I'm sorry. Might have blown that story there. I want to just talk about that story in Vogue about her retirement and, after the U.S. Open coming up here, whether or not she can even make a run at this point, I'm not sure, Tony, but, she announced that she would be retiring this week. So I thought that was pretty big. So, yeah, get my play, though, over there, Tony, in the ATP event for tonight. So, sorry I blew that one. I was looking at my results from last night, but that's because some of the matches go kind of late up there in Canada.
That's right. So get up board Ramon Scott to find him at we created a Twitter account for him, Tony's like Ramon, so we can put some of his picks as well up there on the Twitter. All right, Ramon, have a great night, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Appreciate you, sir.
You got it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here. Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us so you can bet into the best numbers. All right, let's continue on here with the show. And it's now time here for my pick. Let's go ahead and put my game card. We're going to the preseason football here. It's what I like the most. There is some baseball up there. I might touch a little bit here at the end of the show. I wanted to make sure that I had a play that I like. I like this more than the baseball. I have a premium on the baseball. That's the one I like the most. We'll talk about that a little later here. We're going to be looking here at this Titans and a Ravens game here. Ravens down to 3.5. They were 4 overnight, and it's come down a tick. But I'm going to still be on this underdog side here. Titans here plus 3.5 against the Ravens. I know I should get a contrarian hat. I'm going to get that contrarian hat at some point. But I'm going contrarian. I was used to ride this John Harbaugh train, man. He's been winning and covering during the preseason. They've won 20 straight. They got an 18-1-1 ATS streak for him. A couple things to note here. Lamar Jackson will not play. He missed a lot of the preseason last year. The Ravens will be sitting some frontline starters here in the preseason opener. Remember last year the team was ravaged with injuries last preseason. Remember the running back Dobbins got hurt during preseason. A lot of the defensive players got hurt during the preseason. Matter of fact, it impacted the roster during the regular season. Remember, their defense really suffered from the preseason injuries. There are 6 players on the PUP list for Baltimore. Of course, behind Jackson are Tyler Huntley, Brett Hundley, and Anthony Brown. Both Huntley and Hundley have NFL regular season experience. Anthony Brown is that rookie out of Oregon. Behind Tannehill is Logan Woodside and rookie Talik Willis. Now, Woodside is a late-round draft pick in 2018 out of Toledo. He's taken 3 career snaps, but again, Willis, high-profile pick. Some thought he might have been a first-round pick, but he fell in the 3rd round out of Liberty. He's not an accurate passer, but he may get the yards with his legs here late in the game to move the chains or even score a touchdown. We know Derrick Henry will not play for Tennessee, but there is a backup battle here for that backup spot. Now, Woodside, he's been the backup since 2020. Who thought he would even earn an NFL check coming out of Toledo, but he has. And Willis will definitely vie for that backup position. Woodside doesn't want to give up that NFL check. he'll be ready for this battle. So I'm looking here at the battle for the backup spot because there's been a lot of talk with Willis here, that 3rd round pick. Even if he doesn't become the backup, he'll at some point be a 3rd string. They'll almost force Tennessee to carry 3 quarterbacks if they do. And, I just think laying 3.5 on the Ravens is just too much based on who's not playing and their injuries they racked up last season and the fact we could see a backdoor touchdown here with a running style quarterback here in Willis. Again, and that backup battle that's going on here in Tennessee. We seem to be so focused on the Ravens that we lose fact that Titans have a backup battle going on right now. They may be in a position where they may have to carry 3 quarterbacks, and that's what Logan Woodside wants because he's trying to earn that paycheck next season. That's a good paycheck for a guy out of Toledo, to be able to be that backup quarterback. So I'll be looking here at the Titans here plus 3.5, and let's get a backdoor touchdown late here from Willis with his legs here against a Ravens team who was ravaged with injuries last preseason. This one will have a start time here of 7:30 Eastern time. You can watch it over on NFL Plus. That's right. It's NFL Plus is where you can watch the preseason live when the games are not on the network. I think I just paid $79 for the whole season. I think I get the full replays on all the games and the 30-minute replays as well as the preseason. So I just got the package. I just got it renewed today. So I think I got that note from them. So we're looking here at this Ravens game. And we'll take the underdog in this one. All right, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com. Just one play today. I got a premium play. It's my best bet. It's also my $15 premium play. That's over at Tony'sPicks.com right now from baseball. So get on board with that. And, of course, like I said, since we started this best bet $15 premium since Saturday, I've hit every one. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 5 straight winners with our $15 premium here on the site, as well as our best bet. So get on board with that. Of course, you can use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off all premium pick packages, including my $15 premium. Or if you want to go the longer term way with the 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass, you can do that as well. Get on board with that long-term pass over at Tony'sPicks.com. That 30-day pass will get you all of my plays here from Major League Baseball, preseason football. It's the first 2 weeks of college football here. $329 will take $60. We'll take $66 off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access my page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Get signed up. All right. Also, I want to make note here of baseball. We didn't have baseball on the show today because I like the football game better than I like the baseball game. I'm just going to be frank with you. I just didn't want to bring you a pick here just because we wanted to cover baseball. I don't think that would have served the public, you guys, well, because I like the football game more than I like this baseball game that I'm going to talk about with you here tonight. Actually, this afternoon, to be specific here. I'm going to look here just for the show purpose at this one between the Pirates and the Diamondbacks that will start today. I want to make notes on a few of these games. JT Brubaker on the mound for Pittsburgh, 21 starts, ERA of 4.49, whip of 1.52. Merrill Kelly is the starter for Arizona. Pretty good numbers here. 22 starts, ERA 2.86, whip of 1.13, a 20% strikeout rate, 45% on the ground balls, and only 0.5 home runs per 9 innings. Of course, we know the Pirates did break that 2-game losing streak last night with the win. But listen to this. The Pirates, 3-23 team record in Brubaker's road starts. That's pretty pathetic there. 3-23. They're also 9-17 against the run line in Brubaker's 26 road starts. That's pathetic as well. Diamondbacks have covered 13 of their past 18 at home on the run line. So this is a home run line cover here. So I would look at the run line with Arizona, but I would like Arizona more in a parlay piece. So if you're a parlay bettor, I would look at them straight up on the money line and match them with another game on your parlay. So, but anyway, that's some really negative numbers here pointing to the Pirates tonight. So I would not look at the Pirates. So I look more on the Arizona run line, or again, use Arizona as a parlay piece for your action later tonight. Maybe parlay them up with another game. All right. That'll do it here for our show. Let's just go ahead and recap the games today. We had Ramon on with the Giants-Patriots going under 34.5. And I was on the Titans plus 3.5 here against the Ravens. All right, that'll do it here for this edition of the show. Oh, just want to make note of our site, guys. Remember the new features on TonySpicks.com. We have the best bets. The Cappers can produce a best bet every day from the major sports. One best bet per major sports. So we have 2 major sports today. We got NFL, we got Wnba, we got more than 2. We got MLB. They can take one best bet for every sport. So sometimes you'll see more than one up there. So tonight, you just click that best bet tab and you'll see right now there the best bets. We got Tiffany on a Thursday best bet. I have my best bet we talked about. So does Paul. Our GM here from Tony, who's Tony 6 VIP. Our GM has one up there. Dylan has the Thursday best bet. So you can see that when you hit the best bet, you'll see the best bet. Also, the Cappers who are contributing in our $15 premium. Usually you see our premiums are $25, but we do sell one at a discount at $15. And you'll see the Cappers like Tiffany, Nick, myself, who else? The VIP in there, and Dylan on a $15 premium. So check that out. Of course, remember the pick ticker on the right side shows this is sorted by time. These are the upcoming games. Next game up here. So if you're looking for a pick for the next game up, this one starts in 7 minutes. Cardinals and the Rockies right now with a pick on that one is Mindy. We have Nick with a pick on that one. We have Ben with a pick on that one. We have Collins with a pick on that one. Then we have that Pittsburgh game. That Pittsburgh game a little later right now in about 37 minutes. Picks from that game have Tiffany. We have Mindy with those as well. Some tennis coming up in 4 hours. Dylan's on the tennis, and later night primetime action. You can see there on TonySpicks.com. You need to see more? Load more. We got some. We have the gimmick game up there. We got who do we have? Tiffany with a pick on the gimmick game, and more tennis. And hey, a WNBA there from Tiffany, and more of Paul's picks. So you can see how that pick ticker works. It's sorted by time. Latest pick. Next game up here, 7 minutes. Get that pick here from the Cardinals and the Rockies from one of your favorite cappers there at TonySpicks.com. All right, that'll do it here for the show, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us so you can bet into the best numbers here on from our picks from our great handicappers here at TonySpicks.com. Let's go ahead and bring in Ramon. I'm going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. Make it a winning one. We'll talk with you guys again tomorrow live at 3 Eastern.